Hi guys, and welcome to the 4th Daily Carnage new content. Today is the MGN-6 Juggernaut, which is a minigun. There's a small issue that I've got to go into, which is to do with the Nox player. During using miniguns or other fully automatic weapons, Nox player isn't the best for emulating this, due to the fact that actually it can't do dual screen pressing. So if you run left or right while holding the fire button, it makes the minigun glitch. So if you see any of these weird failed fire noises that the minigun makes, it's mostly due to the limitations of Nox. There's many benefits to using Nox in the fact that you've got a full PC's hardware behind it, so you can have max graphics settings in game as well as full HD 1080p and even 120 Hz. So there are benefits to using the Nox to emulate the gameplay. The only downside is that, as I've just said, you can't do dual screen presses. With BlueStacks, the emulator, you actually can do dual screen presses, but it is slightly more glitchy. It tends to crash more often than Nox when playing Into the Dead 2. So it's got an inferior gameplay because it'll crash when you're trying to start a level and this, that and the other. So Nox is more reliable, but I tend to therefore have to put up with the fact that miniguns, which should be a really powerful, good weapon to use in Into the Dead 2, is bugged out when trying to use it on Nox. I have become accustomed to using it, and I will move left and re-trigger. It's just when you're holding the trigger and try to use the left-right movements, it'll make the continuous fire stop and bug out. So with that out of the way, let's talk more about the actual specifics of this Daily Carnage and how the minigun is a very powerful special weapon, and it will let you get to the 625 kills, especially while it's level 14. That's another thing that I have read that's coming up, is the fact that the Daily Carnage on the latest update is giving people lower level weapons. So they're coming in at level 8 and level 10, which is significantly more difficult. It draws a lot of the damage out of all the weapons. Whether or not this is a bug or part of the future release is yet to be discovered. It hasn't fully released for me, at least on Play Store for Android, so I have yet to come across any of these issues. It may affect future videos, while the ones that I've already done are okay for the levels. If all of a sudden those weapons have lower levels in the future, I will have to remake those videos, which is fine. I'll just recover that content and we'll make do with the new scoreboard system that the Daily Carnage will be covered on the latest update. As soon as I can get my hands on that, I'll start doing it on the latest version. I don't think there's much else to actually go, so with this I'll let the gameplay start and I'll start to make comments on how I achieve 3 skulls using the Juggernaut minigun. Also, while we wait for it to load through, I'll comment that actually I'm thinking of doing a how to emulate Android using Nox and or BlueStacks in an upcoming video for my viewers, again as part of the thanks for reaching the monetization milestone. So if you'd like to see that, put some comments down in the descriptions, so that I can see that you're interested in knowing how to emulate, that you guys have powerful PCs that you would like to be able to put games onto. There's no need to stand there and say, do you have mobile phones? I know you've all got mobile phones, but I still prefer my PC. So now I've stuck it into Diablo a little bit. Let's see where we go with the Daily Carnage for Into the Dead 2. Right, here goes. At the beginning, you have a very low ammo count, so you have to preserve your bullets. You're going to use a lot of the ammo very quickly. So, small bursts just to get yourself through the packs, and then hold fire, just so that you just kill a few. As you see, I'm running straight lines due to the issues of knocks. You can probably run left and right if you're using a usual phone device. It'll actually allow you to kill a bigger spread. I can't do that because it creates more issues than it's worth, so I run straight lines and let the minigun swing from left to right and make the kills for me. I find that I then kill the immediate zombies that are closer to me, and thus taking my finger off the trigger allows me to preserve the ammo for targets that are actually out of range. So every now and then I'll keep the barrel spinning so that when I put my finger back on the trigger, it fires up faster. So there's less wind-up time if you can keep the end of your barrel spinning. So I keep doing that, wash, rinse, repeat. Just wind it up, kill a load, wind it up, kill a load, keep moving in a straight line, waiting for the big hordes to appear. There will be a big horde again appearing about now. You tend to get used to the layout of the level. Here we go, in between these tents, and then immediately after these tents, there's a big gap, and then when we get to the end of this set of wall, this fencing, and just past the next house, sort of mobile house that you can see coming up, there again will be another big wave, and then a small gap, and then you'll get to the top of the hill, and there'll be another big wave, and then a small break-off point. Here's the wave, so you push through that, and then you get a small bit where there's a few stragglers. You get to pick this box up, and then as you're coming up to the next hill, there will be another big wave. So once you learn the rhythm of this level, you can start to plan when you're going to start to blow through your ammo and when you're going to conserve your ammo. When you see a SWAT zombie, after doing a lap or two, you'll start to come across SWAT. The individual bullet power of the minigun is nowhere near enough to kill a SWAT or an armoured zombie. It still locks on, is the problem, so your minigun will lock on to these armoured zombies, and then you'll plough all your ammo directly into an armoured zombie without piercing ammo and without the ability to kill them. For this field, for instance, there is going to be a large number of zombies. Plough your way through this. This is a great point to actually make a large amount of kills, and then you get to this cornfield at the end, and again you then go back into ammo conservation mode, and then very soon you'll lap back round to the beginning of the level. Again, going back to the armoured zombies, be very careful if it's locking on to the armoured zombies. Again, another big field is about to come up, so if you want to make lots of kills, now's another good opportunity to actually plough through big crowds and make a load of kills. But if you lock onto an armoured zombie at any point, make sure you stop firing until you can lock it onto another zombie, and otherwise you are just wasting your ammo. That Z will not go down, you're not piercing, and you haven't got enough power. So here we go into the second lap. Again, this first bit, you tend to get a lot of Zs right now, between this very first sort of like trailer and this caravan RV, and then you get a little break, and then at the next caravan, small bit here, just after this fence, you'll get another big wave. It's very rhythmical. Big wave, little space, big wave, little space. So here's the big wave, push my way through it, run out of ammo, get used to running out of ammo with the minigun and dodging your way through, I have actually already achieved the 650 required, you can see in the top corner. It means that if I wanted to, I could actually stop now, having gained all the skulls that I need. But prepping for the new update method, where there's now a leaderboard for the amount of points and the amount of kills you can actually get, it now makes you want to maybe get a high score. I don't know what the rewards are going to be for scoring such a high score. Maybe nothing, maybe it's all just for pride. But there's a high scoreboard, so I'm getting used to trying to get as high a score as possible on my daily run. I might not put vast amounts of energy into trying to get the kills, but it might be nice just to see my name up there every now and then. Again, I've just ran out of ammo, so again I'm getting used to dodging through the zombies and making my way to the next ammo crate. It really does chew through your ammo really quick. It's getting to the point where we're about to see armoured Zeds. So very soon you'll see me locking onto armoured Zeds and just ploughing ammo into them until I decide that I need to find a more squishy target so I can actually put them down. Again, if you are running directly into a crowd, hold fire. If you blow their arms off and knock them about while you're bouncing into them, you increase your chance that you're actually just going to bounce off them. There we go, that was a swat, and that's another swat, and there's another few swats. As the armoured Zeds come in, the amount of time you spend locked onto a zombie that you are not going to put down and wasting your ammo becomes quite frustrating. I try my best to make my kills long before this point in the level so that I've got my 3 skulls before my ammo starts getting vastly wasted. But again, as I was saying, blow their arms off and you can just bounce off them. Much harder for a Zed to grab you if he's got no arms. But yeah, there you go. They had these random fail to fire sounds. That is not player me up. As I keep trying to dodge and fire, which would make your life a lot easier if you could do 2 presses, like you can in BlueStacks. That would be an interesting comparison for a future video to show you the pros and cons of both BlueStacks and Nox. This isn't necessarily a segue into what I'm about to release, it's more of just a comment, as this has forced me to reveal part of the problem with Nox. At this point of the level, I have had enough. I'm just looking to actually get killed. I bounced around for a long time there until something actually eventually grabbed me. I don't really know why. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Take care.